Welcome to the Lore Reloaded. I love how it gets like the first couple of seconds like I'm not doing anything. I can't really stand that. But hey, check me out at twitter.com/Lore Reloaded, where people will come on there, see that I have opinions of my own that aren't related to Star Trek, and then stop following me. They also apparently get mad at me for not liking ad block, and unsubscribe for that reason too. I also play games on twitch.tv/Lore Reloaded. Today, we are going to be doing another Let's Watch. You guys seem to like what I did last time. Thought we would try to do that again, see how far it goes. If you guys like it, great. If not, we can always do something else at some other point. I should have another video coming out tomorrow. That one probably going to be my first review of the first episode of Star Trek Picard, which everyone says they want, but no one ever watches. It's the weirdest thing. And that's a cat. Alright, so let's break it down. Today we will be looking at the Star Trek fan film Incident at Beta 9, the director's cut. I am going to be not showing a few of the scenes because they involve copyrighted music and copyrighted footage, but I'm sure I'm going to get tapped anyway because there's going to be something I missed. So, as you guys know, we'll be watching and going through it, and you can be giving me your opinions. We can have some back and forth. We'll have fun with it. If you are someone who is a part of this or created it, just to let you know, generally I am critical of what I watch, but it's all about having a good time. From production to the story, we just talk about what we like and what we don't. So let's get right into it. Hold on a second. First, we're going to test to make sure you guys can hear it. All right, hold on. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, test.
Mission log, stardate 6128.3. This unknown world hold in store for us.
All right, so I'm hoping you guys can hear that. All right. Let me know. I'll give it a second to see if you guys can actually hear me. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to come over here and do this. Whoa! I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to bring this over here so I can see you guys. There we go. Everybody loves it. Alright. I thought Starfleet had formed standards, fitness standards. Well, you obviously have not seen the Admiralty. Alright, everybody got popcorn? Alright. For once, I actually caught a live stream. Usually I'm only watching it after it's over. Well, CMGG10, I knew you would be here. So, I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it, when you were live. So, when you were here. Alright. First thing I want to say is I haven't watched all of it. In fact, I'll be viewing a lot of it just like you guys have. One of the interesting pieces is they do have some scenes here. I can't tell if it's from the original series. I feel like I've seen these scenes before, but maybe the editing on it or the way they did it is just that good. I don't know. It's intriguing though.
Mission log, stardate 6128.3. Lieutenant Thomas Roth reporting. Lieutenant Dan Sagan and myself were on a routine mission to survey Beta 9 from orbit when a severe ion storm hit us. The shuttle received enough damage to warrant an emergency landing. We will complete the mission on the planet's surface and hopefully rendezvous with the USS Hannibal in 2 days.
That's really well put together. I feel like that's a mat of some sort. Either that or they cut it out and added that. I don't know.
The only concern for us now is what danger does this unknown world hold in store for us.
Also, they're doing the trope of, hey, I'm going to give a captain's log or whatever when I'm blatantly nowhere near it, and there's really very little reason for me to be doing it, especially in my shuttle. So they're now in the original series when it comes to that. Let me do one other thing, guys. I'm sorry. Hold on. I did something incorrectly, and I need to fix that right now. There it is. Okay.
No humanoid life form readings, Tom. Continuing scan. Damn.
Problem with the scanner?
Our initial scans showed the majority of this planet is composed of kelvinite and other refractory metals. That's playing havoc with my tricorder.
The majority of the planet is kelvinite, as they're surrounded by a lush planet full of trees and all other kinds of living things.
Right now I'm looking ahead 20 meters.
And you got swamps and stuff like that, but it's mostly rock.
No more.
Any information we gather is fine, Dan. We're just here for a preliminary survey. That's all.
You know Captain Navarro demands thoroughness. Unless, of course, you want to explain it to her.
As you were, Lieutenant.
Tom. Don't answer me if you don't want to, but...
I love you, and I want to know if you want to be with me for the rest of your life. Just tell me, Tom. Look at me with those blue eyes.
I was thinking...
Yes?
Well, this world is just on our side of the neutral zone. Is our survey really a scientific mission? Or are we here to find Klingons?
Maybe. But then again, we're explorers, and Beta 9 is yet to be studied and cataloged by the Federation. Either way, we'll find out.
So I was about to... The first thing that comes into mind is to mock Starfleet for sending a science officer and a command officer in an attempt to determine if there are actual Klingons on the planet, versus, like security staff and such as that. But this honestly would be in the wheelhouse of Starfleet. It's like, well, it's the original series Starfleet, though, and they're not completely stupid. I could still see them doing it. Yeah, still see them sending people who are definitively not who you'd send to find out if they're Klingons or not.
Captain's log. Supplemental. USS Aristarchus en route to the Cordaran colony carrying several tons of vidrocarbidin, the only cure to Anno's disease. That plague is spreading out of control on the colony, and without our supplies, all will be dead within a month. Hopefully we'll arrive on time without incident.
I don't like being this close to the neutral zone, Captain. It's like asking for trouble.
Why, Mr. Wayne,
Looks like he's had a few too many.
I had no idea my ship's doctor was paranoid.
You know what I mean. We're just a nice juicy target that some overeager Klingon general would love to take a shot at. It's happened before, you know that.
Mr. Roberts, how long before we leave this sector?
3.4 hours, sir. Plenty of time for us to get into trouble.
But what about the Organian peace treaty? Why would the Klingons risk attacking us?
This is your first tour of duty, isn't it, Mr. Roberts?
Yes, sir.
Bringing in that lore.
It's our experience that the Organians let little incidences slip by, as long as there's no major outbreaks of hostilities. You'll get used to it.
I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know that I agree with that interpretation. Generally, the Organian peace treaty, as we'll call it, the Organian forced peace between Starfleet and the Klingons meant that they used a lot of subterfuge and did proxy wars more than anything else. Direct conflict, I don't think there direct conflict, not including the movies, after the Organian, we'll call it peace treaty. I don't know. I like the fact that they brought it up, though. So the story itself, I don't hate. This was made in 2018. It feels like a lot of the footage is older than that. Maybe they're using stuff from before, like from the 60s, like I said. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? What's your opinion on that? Tell them to stay inside. Okay, don't know what you're talking about. The captain looks like Mark Hamill. He does kind of look like Mark Hamill. The USS Bomber. They have never heard of the Picard shirt maneuver. They have not at all.
Doctor, don't you have anything better to do than annoy my officers?
I will once we reach the Cordaran colony. That plague will be difficult to contain, but I'm confident we have enough medical supplies to do the job. As long as we get there on time. There are a lot of lives depending on us, Captain.
long as we get there on time. Of course, I'm up here distracting you guys instead of letting you do your job to get us there as quickly as possible, to talk about an attack that hasn't happened, and to make fun of people who think that we're not going to get into a fight because of it. What's up, Bowway?
I'm well aware of that, Mr. Wayne. Mr. Clemens, once we swing by the Odan 2 system, what's our rendezvous time with the Wellington?
In 10 hours, sir. Then we're arriving at Kadarian Colony 3 hours later.
Satisfied, Doctor?
They seem bored.
Hardly.
Captain, I'm picking up a couple of signals.
Alright, so... again, I don't know what kind of film or anything they're using, but what they should have done. That was a really good shot from a protection standpoint, but I'm just saying what they should have done on that if I was doing it. And this would take some work. It might take a couple of times to redo
Plague
it.
will be difficult to contain, but I'm confident we have enough medical supplies to do the job. As long as we get there on time. There are a lot...
Mr. Clemens, once we swing by the Odan 2 system...
Later.
Satisfied, Doctor?
Hold on, guys, sorry.
Hardly.
I would have had her blurry in the background. This is the perfect cinematic shot. They really missed an opportunity. Her blurry in the background, him as sharp as the eye can see. And then once they did this...
Captain!
Boom. I would have made her sharp as soon as she turned around and said Captain, or while she was doing it, and blurried him. Would have been in one of the most awesome cinematic scenes you could have done.
I'm picking up a couple of signals. They're on the Klingon transmission band.
I knew it.
What can you determine, Mr. Thrax?
I've been able to translate a few pieces. Something about a rogue Klingon scientist. The transmissions are coming from the Klingon warship Deathwind.
Okay. First off, I honestly would assume that communications officers, especially during the original series, are versed in almost all the languages. Or they should be, based on what we see here. Secondly, I mean, do they just not encrypt their communications? And beyond that, Death Wish? I mean, I get it, but still, I don't know. I don't know. And this is the director's cut. It is the director's cut, yep. You know, I should start watching these while I'm drunk. That would make it a lot more interesting. It might be illegal. Not illegal. It might be against terms of service, though. I don't know. Game changer. They were probably not using a camera or lens that would pull focus like that. Talking about what I was saying beforehand. It's possible. I don't know. The camera work isn't that bad. I don't know what kind of camera they were using. Even basic cameras, I mean, it's not going to be the best. It's not like studio quality, but you can make basic cameras do that. So I'd be interested what they see. But yeah, I mean, it's possible they did not have the right cameras.
It's General Krikor's ship. I wonder what such a high-ranking general is doing out here.
This can't be good.
Anything further, Mr. Thrax?
That's all I was able to get, sir. I'll keep monitoring.
Well, as long as they stay on their side of the zone, I don't see a problem. Full ahead, Mr. Clemens.
Talk to you later, Samuel. Thanks for coming by.
Klingons. Always up to something.
I'll be honest with you, Doctor. I'm curious to know what they're doing here myself.
Dun dun dun! Really should have not zoomed in until he ended it. Looks like the Voyager shuttle, the Delta thing. Okay, so I'm not going to do that music. So let me ask you guys a question. So let's pause it here a moment. And I'm sincere. So if you were putting a movie together and you were doing it, you saw those graphics. For me, I'm not a huge fan of the graphics themselves. Ultimately, it's the story you're looking at, and people know that it's a fan film, so they'll generally forgive you for it. If those were the graphics you had to go with, would you keep them in, or would you cut that, either cut it down or try to write it in a way that makes it without having to use it? I mean, is bad CGI worth still putting into what you're watching? I guess is what I'm kind of asking. The Delta Flyer, yeah. Hi guys and girls, nice Star Trek live stream. What's going on, Eric? Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're enjoying it. But yeah, I'd be curious what your guys' opinions are on it and where you would go with it to that. Because for me, I would probably try to, and I'm not putting down the creators of this specifically, but I would probably try to write it with minimal CGI if I had to. I think that the live action is a lot better than what they're putting up there for the CGI, so I think I probably would have cut down. Yeah, and Mark, maybe was the best they got out. That's fine. I'm not even trying to put it down, but for me, if that's what I had to go with, I wonder if I would have not just not used it, to be quite honest. That said, I'm honestly a perfectionist on a lot of things. I mean, it's hard to tell when you look at my content. I get that, but I'm more of an old school person. Would it be worth getting models and going old school on filming the ships? I mean, you could do that, but that's a lot. That's really intense, and if you don't know what you're doing, it's just as good as that CGI. Yeah, I don't know. Like, for instance, for you guys knowing, at some point, unfortunately, the movie is being delayed because everybody's having to stay at home. But I am doing my own fan film, and a lot of it's being written so that I can just use the landscaping around here. So I don't have a lot of ship locales, because I don't want to green screen it, and I can't afford to build a ship from scratch. So a lot of it is going to be actually outside with an explanation to it, and I'm hoping the story will carry it. Because for me, I would rather have a location like that than attempt to do something that I'm just not going to be happy with, you know? Just curious. Give me your guys' thoughts. We'll continue on. YouTube is having a hellacious delay tonight, so sorry about that, guys. But let's continue on and see where they go with it. My Christmas lights tells me that he's going into the atmosphere. Yeah, I'm actually at the new place right now. You can tell with the background and everything. What's going on, Reno? Alright, so yeah, this is a little... We need to cut this down. I get what they're trying to do, this race or capture or something, but this is... You can give me 30 seconds even too long. Give me 15 seconds, maybe a little dialogue to explain what they're doing. Show it, crash, land, boom, we're there.
Dan, I'd say we're about to have some. Well, Dan,
Reading's unclear. I think that's a ship.
All right, let's watch. Wait for it. Wait for it. They're dead. They're dead. We just watched them die. No, nobody survives that. They're dead.
Well, Dan, I'd say we're about to have some company.
I disagree. That's why you're not security. Though it worries me that a command officer would not realize a ship explosion that no one could have survived. Now, I don't know who these other random people that were already on the planet R. But whatever ship that just landed just then, crash landed, everybody's dead on it. Take that, branch. The one Klingon flaw. Climbing up steep hills. That's really how they'd win if Klingons attacked in Tennessee. Oh man, we'd have the advantage so much. Okay, can we not use that music? Okay, so that fight was awesome in that it reminded me of the Gorn fight. I don't know if they were going for that or that's just what they were able to do. Also, the only other thing, and I get it, I mean, you know, the camera. First off, we don't know what camera. They could have been using a phone. This is also this is also done by novices, amateurs. They really need to work on setting the lighting aspects. They need to, well, first I had to adjust the focal length, but beyond that, they need to either add an ND filter, or they need to lower their, maybe raise their F point, their lights, their lighting. Man, I forget what it's called. Jesus, I'm in film school. F-stops. Boom, that was going to bug me. They need to adjust the f-stops so they can get rid of that exposure, because it is just blasting their camera out.
Approaching Odan 2 system.
Picking up unusual readings, Captain.
Give me a report, Mr. Roberts.
What the hell just happened? So I guess the Bajoran wormhole randomly appeared right next to him? Thanks for the support, Price. Just so you guys know, the only way that I can continue to do this is through super chats, through Patreon, through memberships, and viewers like you. So thank you so much for the support.
We're quite a gravimetric field. Incredible intensity.
All engines, emergency power.
It's no good, sir. We can't break free.
Mr. Roberts, what have we flown into?
An energy vortex, Captain. Created moments ago. Unknown cause. We must stay out of it. Forces inside could crush us flat.
We must stay out. I love the way she said that. Yeah, and erase the footsteps. People nitpick for 80. I'd lower the footsteps if they could. You still need them there, because you'd notice them if they were gone, but they are a little loud.
Engineering, give me all available power, now!
Pressure on the hull increasing.
Thrax, distress signal, all channels.
Yes, sir.
Why are we saying Captain Horny? Am I missing something? Oh, because he's got a horn. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Wow. How did I not pick up on that? Okay, I'm sorry. This quarantine is killing me.
Slipping into the vortex now.
Okay, yes, you really need to stop with these intense moments. They go for far too long.
Losing thrust against the current. Mark +5, +7, +9.
Turbo power to the orbit.
Aye, sir.
Slipping, Captain. We cannot push up against the forces at this depth.
Engineer, we need power.
Working on it, sir.
I love how he keeps yelling, engineering, we need power, and yet never actually contacts them.
Approaching critical, Captain.
All right. If we can't go out the top, what about going through the bottom?
Hey, hey! Captain Horny doesn't do tops. He's a bottom.
Impossible. We cannot break the laws of physics. The deeper we fall into the vortex, the greater the pressure.
I don't want to break the laws of physics, Mr. Roberts. Just want to bend them a minute.
I'm reading a break in the magnetic field. A disruption.
I have a hurricane. Mr. Clemens, find us a cause to that disruption.
The camera goes this way and they go that way. That's exactly how it works, in fact. All right, so this is a little...
My nacelles. The stress is too great. 20 seconds to structural failure of the pylons.
Engineering, stabilize all systems as they fail.
Stabilize all systems as they fail. Don't try to, like, repair them or prevent them from failing. Let them fail and then stabilize them.
Oh, of course. Time to disruption field.
15 seconds.
Mr. Clemens, get us in there.
Oh my god, the fact that he's now Captain Horny with his dialogue, get us in there.
All stop.
All stop. Aye.
Damage report, Mr. Roberts.
Well, sir, apparently smoke just started appearing after the issues were over, not during it, which is kind of concerning. I don't know where that's coming from.
Coming in now.
What's the condition of my vessel?
Intact. Some exterior structural damage.
Are you hurt?
I'm a little shaken up, but otherwise I'm fine, sir.
Good, because I'll be counting on you, Mr. Roberts.
Thank you.
Sick bay.
Sick bay here. Dr. Wayne speaking.
Just another day in the neighborhood. I mean, the ship's been jarring left and right, and, you know, you have the klaxons going off, you know, like there's no tomorrow, but hey, nothing stopping my good day.
Report, Doctor.
No deaths, sir. 63 injuries. 20 are serious. I can have the rest back to work in 10 minutes.
Acknowledged, Doctor. Bridge out.
I have engineering calling for you, sir.
On screen.
On screen, sir.
Captain, the situation down here is critical. There are 5 structural areas of the ship that have been severely compromised. Main energizers down to 40%, and half my engineering section is flooded with radiation.
Do what you can, Benedict.
I'm flushing out the radiation, but it will eat us some time. I'm using force fields from the structural integrity generators to reinforce the hull.
It's a good idea.
I don't always talk, but when I do, it's like a Lore Reloaded video, where every sentence that either has a comma or a period has a little breath in between it.
Chief, grab whatever men you can and get engineering up to speed.
I do that a lot in my videos, actually. I can't stand it.
This little break of ours won't last forever. Get my ship up and running.
Engineering out.
I have my preliminary report, Captain.
Give it to me straight, Mr. Roberts.
The vortex is constantly shifting. We'll be out of our safe zone within 6 hours. And given our present depth, we will be crushed moments later. Even if we could leave, the Aristarchus just doesn't have enough power to fly us out of here.
You may just have written our epitaph, Mr. Roberts.
What? Okay. Okay. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, what kind of captain does that? Sir, we're about to die. It's going to be a really gruesome death. We have about 2 or 3 hours to mull on it. We know that once it happens, it's going to just be a couple of minutes and then all of us will die. So really, we're just going to sit here and wait for the inevitable. And then the captain turns around and he says, you know, you're right. We're pretty boned. Wish I wasn't us right now.
Damn this planet.
Hold it, Dan. Let's split up. You take that direction. I'll head around here. Meet you on the other side.
Do you think it's wise splitting up?
Without a working tricorder, we have to cover as much ground as possible.
Without a working tricorder, without working communicators, knowing that there are possible enemies on this planet, the best thing to do is to definitely circle around and stay out of sight. I'm sure there's nothing bad. Thank God he's in the command division. I really think that he is probably top of the top right now.
Stay in constant contact. We'll use our communicators as homing beacons. Anything comes up, anything, you give me a call. We'll search until it gets dark.
How do the communicators
Agreed.
work if the tricorders don't?
Be careful, Lieutenant.
To boldly go.
Hey! That's a part of their credo. Even with communicators, that's a bad idea. Alright, so if we could not use that music, that'd be fantastic. Still walking. Still walking. Oh my god, the walking! Joys!
Roth here.
Tom, I found the ship. A complete wreck, but from the markings, I would say it's Klingon.
Klingon. I see. What about the crew?
The ship couldn't hold more than 2 occupants, and nobody's home. It's a good bet we have some Klingon company.
Understood.
They need to wipe balance, too. They need to wipe balance and look at their exposure.
Let's regroup as soon as possible. I'll home in on your signal. Keep your eyes open. Roth out.
Hey, did he just tell him to stay there? Hey, you found a ship where there's 2 occupants. Just stay there and I'll come to you. I don't always attack people, but when I do and I have a sword, I never use the blade.
So much for the mighty Federation.
Dude, I'm right there with you. He did not do them proud.
Humanoid life form. Bearing 325. Mark 7.
Really selling the combat. I mean, it's an amateur production. We can have fun with it, but it's not. It's on par with what they had in the original series. I really believe so. Sexy mode. They activated sexy mode. Why are we bouncing up and down? What are we doing? What does this? Why are we doing this? I'm skipping a little bit too because that music's copyrighted. They're using a lot of the original series music. So something that's just brought up. TNG Klingons in a TOS era show. Technically, that's addressed in both Discovery and Enterprise. You had the Next Generation Klingons. But due to the virus and everything, some of them were impacted, some of them weren't. The explanation for why we never see them in the original series is because the interactions and the frontline officers were the ones that were hit by the virus, which can also explain why they, if you remember in the original series, the actual episodes, in the series itself, not the movies, the Klingons really didn't have morals or honor or anything. It's one of the only ways to explain it. Jesus Christ, how can I instantly do that? This information is useless once I go and do something else. I'll know so much useless information. Okay, please stop using that music.
Whoa! Calm down.
Dalek and Jalad.
Take it easy. You're in no danger from me.
You're from the Federation. Starfleet.
That's right.
Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra.
Then I am your prisoner.
No. You were injured. But I think you'll be all right.
You are honoring the treaty between the Klingon Empire and the Federation?
Well, if I wasn't, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now, would we?
Excellent. I like you, human.
Do you have a name? Do you prefer I give you a name?
My name is Krennic, Imperial Scientist.
I'm Daniel Sagan, geophysicist from the starship Hannibal. Now why don't you tell me how you ended up here on Beta 9?
It was a navigational error.
When the walls fall.
I see. You know, it's my understanding that scientists pursue truth above all else. Then again, I never met a Klingon scientist before. Not exactly a warlike occupation.
Then it is apparent that you do not understand the Klingon science.
That's actually based, depending on what he says next, that is actually accurate. I have never liked some of the TNG interpretations of how Klingons act or how Klingons work. With the exception of a few TNG episodes, generally, whatever you did for the Empire, you did it with honor. So you actually could be a scientist that was working to bring glory to the Empire. You could create a great weapon or advancement in medicine that would bring honor to you and your people. I mean, no matter what you did, if you were a janitor, if you had the cleanest, cleanest facility, then you brought honor to the Klingon Empire. There were a couple of Voyager episodes that also did it, but generally in the original series movies, some TNG episodes, DS9 episodes for sure, and a few Enterprise episodes, it was Klingons. You didn't have to be a warrior to have honor. You could bring honor just in what you did. Now, hopefully, the person who wrote this knows that and is about to tell this Federation officer how science actually works, how the honor actually works. It'd be cool if they did that, but we'll see.
We are the instruments used by the Empire to expand. Without us, there would be no interstellar glory.
You sound bitter.
We do not share the same emotional weaknesses that plague you humans.
Krennic, I'll be honest. I don't know what's going on here.
They need outside lighting, like bad.
But I'll spell out a few things. You're in Federation space. And navigational errors aside, Starfleet intelligence is going to have a lot of questions for you. And once they're done, you're going to be handed back over to the Klingon Council very publicly. And you can tell me what they'll do to you.
I am not on a spy mission. I am being hunted down for what I know.
Well, what do you know? And who's hunting you down? Another Klingon.
Yes, but he is not like me.
He does not have my proclivities.
He represents the very reason why I'm here. It is not by accident. I crossed the neutral zone to contact the Federation.
You broke the treaty and risked war. Why?
It is not a tale for someone of such low rank. But I will be dead soon. And this information has to get out.
Just tell your story, Klingon.
That's racist.
Our empire made peace with the Federation because we knew civil war was imminent. Soon after, it became...
No, your empire made peace with the Federation because the Organians would have kicked your ass. The Organians would have reduced the Klingon Empire to literally nothing. So no, that is not, good friend, why you made peace.
A reality.
We had heard rumors, but nothing substantial.
It is far worse than you suspect. The Klingon race, as you know it, will soon no longer exist.
You're telling me Klingons are wiping out other Klingons?
I do not have the time nor the energy to explain everything to you, human.
Then I don't believe you.
We're sitting here with nowhere to go. I don't have the time.
What do you know of Klingon history?
I'm a scientist, so Klingon history is not my field of expertise.
Very
yeah,
well.
but you're an advanced human. who
Our
knows
real
everything.
history began millions of years ago, when the Klingon race developed into two very different species. Both fought for survival and dominance.
When was this done? Hold on, guys.
That's like on ancient Earth when Cro-Magnon and Neanderthal man both lived in the same time period.
Yes, except in our case, both species failed to wipe each other out. Both flourished on our home world, claiming a piece of the planet for themselves. The closest translation in your language would be the northern and southern provinces. When the northern Klingons, later classified as Muk Klingons, developed cranial ridges and great physical strength.
Oh, so this was from 2002. Okay. This cut of the movie features all new scenes, visual effects, and sounds from George Kayan, creator of Starship Antilles. Okay. That's making a lot of sense, because this was uploaded in 2018. I was like, wait a second. That's... Okay. Because that's not Enterprise. When did Enterprise come out? Let's see. Star Trek Enterprise. Star Trek Enterprise came out 2000. No, that's the final episode. First episode was 26/2001. So I don't know. Maybe they explained it at this point, because that's interesting.
The southern species, classified as the S, remained externally unchanged, but mentally superior. However, by the time Kalis arrived, the Vests were all but gone. But our ancestors fought so well, they were allowed to survive. And when the Empire formed and expanded, it was my people that were instrumental in conquering the stars. We had achieved equal status. Eventually, the Muk stayed on the homeworld running the Empire while we did all the fighting. Our casualties were high, but we fought the Romulans and the Federation. And then...
You fought the Romulans and then the Federation millions of years ago?
And then what?
We were stricken with a sickness, believed to have originated on Elba 5, unwittingly brought back to our planet by a supply freighter. And although the Muk were immune to the disease, to the Vess it proved fatal.
So you're saying all of these Vess Klingons are dead?
No!
Disco is
all
canon.
off-world Vess were spared, and eventually a cure was found. But the damage had been done. To the Muk, the Vess seemed like weaker versions of themselves, susceptible to disease, and small in number.
Oh, so you're saying they're thinking about the first Federation, maybe, is what he's referring to? I mean, I guess. That makes sense. So, see, this is why I keep you guys around. You guys catch things I miss.
They decided upon a solution. A permanent and deadly one.
Dun, dun, dun! Music is not appropriate for what they're trying to do with the close-up here. This hairband. I can't get it off.
This weapon is useless. Whatever happened to the vaunted Starfleet technology?
I see you made no scans. The rocks are full of Kelvinite.
I do not waste time with scans.
No. You violate Federation space, attacking Starfleet offices.
I didn't come here for you, human. You are hardly worth my attention!
What's going on? Why did you attack me?
I do not need to explain myself to you.
There seems to be a lot you don't do. Are you alone?
I do not engage in idle talk. I'm a warrior, hunting down a dangerous Klingon agent, and nothing will stop me from completing my mission.
Including violating the peace treaty?
Klingon.
I have no quarrel with you. It brings you no honor to hold me.
He just sat there and talked about how he was okay.
What do you know of honor? You do not listen to the voices in your blood. You Earthers think you understand us, but you know nothing!
Well, first off, we don't... Our blood doesn't talk to us. Do you think your blood talks to you?
Alright. Explain a few things to me.
Earthers, by the way.
Unless you're afraid.
Terrans.
I'm afraid of nothing!
Who are you chasing?
Enough! All you need know is that I'm on a blood oath to kill this Batak.
I know you won't break your oath, but your actions don't make any sense. Why attack me?
I heard you talking to my prey. I believe that he's arranged to meet with you and escape on your ship.
That's ridiculous. I don't even know who you're talking about.
It won't work. I have you, and he has nowhere to go.
Except on the ship that we were just discussing about. So, if you think we're getting him out, we actually still have a shuttle that's working, and someone else who's there. So, yeah, he actually still has a way of escaping, but, you know, it's whatever.
You'll never get away with killing me.
Finally, I have taken this hair clip off.
I will use you to lure him out. And then I will finish him! Ah! Ah!
Notice the mating ritual of the Klingon and Starfleet officer. The Klingon poofs out, with the Klingon not far behind.
Captain's log supplemental. We are trapped in an energy vortex that imprisons my ship. Although we have found a temporary refuge, we'll vanish in 3 hours. If we don't find a way out within that time frame, all hope for survival will be lost.
Sensors have given me a great deal of information, Captain, but I don't think it'll help us.
Give it to me straight, Mr. Roberts.
The vortex was created when the fabric of space started weakening. The planet Odin 2 was located at the center of the phenomenon, and it literally ripped through space, collapsing into another spatial reality, creating this vortex in its wake.
I love that. The way he turned right. You crazy bitch? It's the way he turned. Oh my god.
Perhaps this area
I love amateur stuff.
of space is vulnerable to dimensional shifts. The forces required for this to happen outside of an event like a black hole is almost unbelievable.
So in your opinion, this is a natural event, not an artificial one?
If I were to guess so, sir, yes. But in light of these forces, what chance do we have?
On race.
There's life is a chance. Put your thinking cap on, Mr. Roberts. I want an alternative within the hour.
But sir...
Within the hour.
Cornet, I don't see what you expect the Federation to do. They're not going to get involved in a civil war.
It's more than that. I have not told you everything.
Oh, man.
There will come a time, shortly, when you will not look upon my kind again.
What do you mean?
The Mook decided to eliminate the VS through a process I helped discover. I was part of a research team designed to find out why our species differed. It was believed that we could become as strong as the Mook.
Ugh, that's not possible. You can't reinvent evolution.
Yes. And we thought of it thanks to the Federation.
The Federation?
You called it the eugenics swarms.
Oh. That's insane. That led to world chaos and the deaths of millions. In fact, it's forbidden technology.
But to us, it seemed like a solution.
Dun dun dun!
How far is it gone?
Mr. Roberts.
Do not answer that.
I have to. This could be my friend Tom.
If you are wrong, we will both be dead.
Sagan here.
Dan, I'm glad to see you're all right.
Tom, you're alive. Where are you?
I'm heading back to the ship. No time to explain, but...
I'm heading back to the ship, which apparently is like on the other side of the planet, given it's completely dark where he is, where they have to use flames, but where whatever it is, command idiot here is that's it's dusk or dawn, I guess. Hell of runners, Starfleet officers are. You may not know that.
We have to get out of here.
That iron storm is going to be out there for at least 6 hours.
I'll take my chances with this storm. I just had an unfriendly close encounter with a Klingon. Dan, there's more. He's on some kind of blood oath hunt, which means there's another Klingon running around out there.
I'm looking at him as we speak.
I see. What's your status?
I think he wants to get out of here as badly as you do. Claims to have important information for Starfleet Command.
What do you think?
I believe him. Tom, you're breaking up.
Can't get a fix on your position.
Let's meet up back at the shuttle. From my position, we'll be there in 2 hours.
Keep your eyes open and a phaser in your hand. Cloth out.
Even though the phaser that you had didn't work, I guess. Okay.
Let's get going.
I need a weapon.
Sorry, this is the only one I got.
Perhaps you should give it to me.
Krenak, don't take this the wrong way. I neither like you nor trust you. I will take it to the authorities. And if you don't cause me any trouble, I'll hate you a little less.
They had a
We are
deflector on the other
both
ship.
dead.
Just get going.
Dun dun dun. Yeah, the deflector dish is right there. It's right below it. Dropped right below it. So it's true that you can't see some of the deflector dishes though. Like the I believe it was the Reliant.
Mr. Thrax, what's the status of communications?
The distress signal has been going out since you ordered it, but I don't think anyone is going to hear it, except for our Klingon friends, and we know how they feel about us.
I agree. I wouldn't count on their help either.
Man, this guy
I
is
have a
just
theory,
great
Captain.
at
I
inspiration.
knew you would, Mr. Roberts.
I may be able to plot us a course out of here, but there's a catch.
There always is. What is
According to the flat earther, space doesn't exist. Okay.
We can fly with our available power to the edge of the vortex, but not out of it. We just need somebody to help pull us out at that extra point. A tractor beam would do the trick. Without that extra pull, we'll fall back in and be crushed within seconds.
Out of the frying pan. Is that the best you can do, Mr. Roberts?
Yes, sir.
Good. That's good enough for me. I want to stay in.
I love those turns. That's the most awesome piece of this. I love how they just turn around like, what the fuck did he just... I love that. Oh my god, that is going in my fan fiction. My fan film. Oh my god.
The last possible second, Mr. Roberts. I trust you'll let us know when that happens.
Of
Oh,
course, sir. 2 minutes and counting.
2 minutes.
All hands. This is the captain speaking.
This is going to be very inspiring. This guy is well known. You may think that the dialogue for like Captain Kirk or especially Picard was just exhilarating, but are you guys ready? Here it comes.
In the finest tradition of Starfleet, you have all served with honor and distinction. And I'm going to ask you to give a little bit more. I
Just
fully
a little.
expect to survive this event, to beat the odds, and to rewrite the rules. That's our job. That's what we're about. I expect no less from my crew. Captain out.
Dun, dun, dun.
5.
I love it, man. You guys need to go rewatch this just to give them the views. I love that. That's. I don't know what about them turning around and looking, the reaction shots. I want to stay on the bridge. I don't want to look at anything else just for the reaction shots.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All engines, emergency power.
Some of you may die, but
Energy
I'm okay
currents
with
causing shield overload.
Almost at maximum.
Sir, pressure increasing. We could blow at any time.
Then let her blow.
Approaching the upper neck of the vortex. Pump control barely responding.
Structural integrity fields being compromised.
Oh, I like that CGI. By the way, that colony is screwed now.
Now, Mr. Clements, emergency warp speed.
Brace yourselves. Severe turbulence ahead.
Steering capacity down 51%.
Steering capacity, you said. Okay, that colony is screwed.
Mr. Roberts, can you divert more power to the helm?
I don't think so, sir. I've got all available power to the shields and the engines.
Engineering!
Yes, Captain.
Divert all power from life support.
Life support, sir?
You heard me, life support.
Life support, sir? Yeah, let's sit here and debate it for the next 30 seconds because we definitely don't need that time.
Aye, aye, sir.
Yeah, 60 people watching, only 39 likes? It used to be 40. What's up with that? I love how they're not moving with the camera. I mean, I get it. Could use more rocks. Oh my god, please. Oh. You don't need to take 60 seconds for every...
Losing power on decks 6, 7, and 8.
Systems failure on decks 2, 3, and 4.
I always knew it would end like this.
We're almost there. No. This new turbulence has altered our course and speed.
Oh no!
We're falling back in, Captain. There's nothing we can do about it. We've tried everything.
All hands, prepare to abandon ships. Get to the life pod.
Sir, pressure increasing. 10,000 psi.
What are life pods going to do? They're being sucked back in, and they're at warp speed. So I'm not really sure how life pods are going to really help anybody on that. That's really going to kill them a lot faster. Though I will agree with Eric saying, I have to say grats to producer and all persons in this. They actually spent money. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of work put into this. And one of the reasons I'm showing it, because I thought it was really well done.
Close to it. 11. 12,000 psi.
Captain Horny picked a hell of a day to quit drinking.
Sir, I'm picking up a signal. It's the USS Hannibal.
The USS Hannibal, a ship
Sit
with...
tight, Aristarchus. We're coming to get you.
It's the geriatric ship, sir! That's horrible. I shouldn't say that. That was inappropriate.
Tractor beam locking on.
It is Mark Hamill. That's true.
Let's not take any chances. Burn all powers to engines.
I thought they were already doing that.
Give me the good news, Mr. Roberts.
We're out of the vortex. Normal space pressure on the hull.
That was extremely lucky. How does all this tie in?
Thrax, give me over a case of Romulan ale to Captain Navarro.
Sir?
Hell, make it 2 cases.
Yes, sir.
I love the reaction shots. Oh my god, I'm going to download this and just have the reaction shots.
Thanks for the tow, Captain Navarro.
My pleasure, Captain. I know you would have done the same for me. My compliments to you and the crew. That's quite a ship you have there.
Thank you. I'll pass your comments along to the crew. I'm sure they'll appreciate it.
So how does this tie in?
We will escort you to the edge of the beta system. The Starship Wellington will rendezvous with you there. I've also taken the liberty of notifying Starbase 24 that you will be stopping by for repairs.
Where will you be going, Captain Navarro?
We'll be heading for the Beta 9 system to rescue 2 of our officers stranded by an ion storm.
Quite a day, Captain Navarro.
That's how it ties in. Though it doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure why we have this B plot.
Quieter than most, Captain McNair. Quieter than most.
None of this... this doesn't tie in at all. I'm not sure why they put the A and B plot together. They should have focused on one or the other, in my opinion. Okay, can we not use...
Our situation has become critical. Has become critical. Personal log. Thomas Roth reporting. Our situation has become critical.
It's become so critical that I'm actually talking to myself, acting like there's any kind of personal log, given that I have a tricorder that doesn't work, a gun that doesn't work, and a communicator that somehow magically works and can also give away my position. The only thing here that can work, I'm just sitting here talking to myself, really, with a Klingon in front of me. I hope he doesn't notice that I'm slowly losing my mind. What's going on, Charles?
The Klingons have always been formidable opponents and have never believed in peaceful solutions. In all my experiences, I've never dealt with them face to face. They are so different from us.
Okay, can we please not use that music? By the way, why would you put your sword in the ground like that? That's a horrible thing to do.
There'll be serious ramifications on both sides for a long time to come.
What? For the Horde! Or the Klingon Empire or something.
Time the Klingons were once...
Sorry guys, I don't mean to jump ahead like that, but I just don't want to get hit with music.
So you see, human, we now know that at one time the Klingons were one species. That dormant DNA from our original ancestors has been rediscovered.
Incredible.
Star Trek Discovery is a good show from D. Mel's. F in the chat for our dear friend who just had an aneurysm. Just kidding. Hope you, I'm glad you like it. If you like Discovery, that's fine. I'm actually glad you enjoy it. I just don't.
What do you think we'll do with it?
You didn't activate that ancient gene, did you?
We had no choice! The Mook were going to eliminate us using a new strain of the disease that nearly destroyed us. But if we became them, the disease could no longer harm us.
So what happened next?
Outwardly, we were identical with the Mook. We grew aggressive, stronger.
You mean your people voluntarily allowed themselves to be altered?
The military jumped at the chance. Our greatest warriors underwent the procedure. Kor, Kang, General Kirak. But the civilians,
I know the names of those generals. By the way, I was joking. If you like Discovery, I'm glad. I don't like it. But if it's something you enjoy, I'm happy.
That was another matter.
What about the civilians? Don't tell me
That they were forced? I'm afraid so, Starfleet. Those that were opposed to it either vanished or were converted. When my time came, I fled. But I am being hunted down to prevent the Federation from finding out. General Krekor himself has sworn to kill me.
Ah! And I shall, Krennic!
Let me get on your right side. That's my fighting side. Yeah, that's... Can we not use that music?
Move out of the way, Human!
Okay, I like that. I'm sorry, I was trying to avoid the music, but we gotta watch it. It'll be worth getting hit with the...
Shoot him! Shoot him! Move out of the way, Human!
Boom, bitch! Get out the way! He knocked him off of a cliff? They weren't even near a cliff.
You have no honor, Krennic.
You know what honor is? Survival. With your death comes my freedom. Patak!
That exposure. Thor mad! They see me running. They hating. I'm running. Yes, indeed, I'm running. That's what we need to do. We need to download this and then put Batman fights into it. That's the Batman stuff, and it just bow and then change the music to the Batman stuff too. That'd be awesome. I got my beating stick. Let's see how he got that. Hold on. Here it comes. My beating stick. He's got his beating stick. Yeah. You don't come after a Klingon with his beating stick. This music, though. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I cannot get my channel taken down. Oh, man. Hold on. Okay, so look at this scene. Look at the color temperature of it. It looks very blue. You can tell all of this was shot at the exact same time. You can definitely tell. So watch the sun. Look at where his shadow is right here. So it's coming down from top right down to the left. I'm sure it's not going to change. Oh, it didn't change. That's good. But man, that color temperature. I'm sorry. I know you guys don't care about that from a technical standpoint, though. Oh, does it kill him? Now who's the bottom? I just killed you. Now I run. Where's my running sword? Come, running sword. Let us go. We have many weeds to whack my running sword. What the hell does he have his hands on? That music is not appropriate.
Hold it, General.
I had to put down my running sword. I wasn't running anymore. Why'd you make me put it down, boy? What's up, Trek Culture?
I knew you were involved with Krenak, human.
It's a good idea. I'll mute it in the future.
Not
Sorry,
true,
guys.
Klingon. And to prove it, I'm gonna let you go.
I see. I walk and you shoot me in the back. You are a coward.
You have us all wrong. I'm not the one violating the treaty, General. You fulfilled your blood oath. Now leave Federation space. That would be the honorable thing to do.
General, your people are self-destructing. How long can you avoid the inevitable chaos that genetic engineering leads to?
I don't know what you're talking about. Krenak was a liar and a murderer. So forget what you heard.
Yeah. Now I'm
What
not
do we
even
do with
running.
his body?
It's only an empty shell. Treat it as such.
I'm so angry I can't even run with my running sword.
I can't help but wonder, who are the real Klingons?
The real monster is humanity.
Tom, why did you let him go? Why didn't you stun him?
The wonders of Kelvinite.
Oh, Tom. We just watched a murder. Klingons are on our side of the Federation. They're going to have a civil war, but oh man. Just a part of the boys. I miss Captain
There will
Horny.
come a time when you shall never look upon my kind again.
I don't think you'd appreciate the sentiment.
It's the human thing to do.
Because screw other cultures. It's only what the humans want.
Maintain standard orbit, Mr. Hanson.
Aye, aye, sir.
Roth here. Go ahead, Hannibal.
Good to hear from you, Mr. Roth. Mission status.
Completed.
Anything interesting to report, gentlemen?
We've learned a great deal, Captain. A lot more than expected.
Well done. I look forward to your report.
We'll meet you back at the shuttle. Roth out.
I guess you're going to beam down to the shuttle, or... And I guess they're not going to mention the fact that there's Klingons on their side of the border, or one of them's dead. Especially since that Klingon talked about genetic manipulation and the fact that he might have a virus in him or he doesn't. And so they could actually look at the body, scan the body, understand how Klingon makeup works. No.
Mr. Sonak, prepare a landing party.
You know, Dana.
There's a landing party already on the planet.
It's got beautiful water. It's got Kelvinite. It's got nice cliffs. It's got Klingons throwing me over cliffs. Oh, that's not so bad. Oh, thanks.
Why is he always grabbing his back? Nope. Mute. That mute was a good idea. Sorry, guys. I'll do that next time. Yeah, this was made in 2002. I don't know when Star Trek Continues started, but it honestly, this could be a precursor to Star Trek Continues, which would be really interesting, I think. I don't know. What do you guys think? You still liking the film night, the fan fiction? I figured I'd try to do these a little bit ever so often, just to, or ever so often. I don't know. I may do them quite a bit, depending on if you guys like them or not. By the way, Trek Culture in the house. You guys just passed like 13K subscribers. Congratulations. Of course, I expect you should be dwarfing my channel anytime soon. The God Emperor united Earth with the blade of gene splicing. It's true. Laurel towards the battle with control looked almost like a half-mutated basic Klingon. Maybe. Who doesn't need to make hot cinnamon buns? I mean, we all need to make hot cinnamon buns. I'm going to give Space Ninja a couple more. I'm going to give him 60 seconds. If he sends it to me within the next 60 seconds, we can take a look at it together. Right now, dearest of friends. But if not, then, well, he's holding a tricorder. Yeah, the tricorders didn't work. So I don't know. There was apparently on this planet, and tell me if this makes any sense. On this planet, the tricorders didn't work. The phasers didn't work. But apparently communicators could. What are you doing? Oh, okay. Thought he was about to mess with stuff. All right, let's take a look at this. I don't know that I'm going to watch 10 minutes, and it depends on what we see here and how engaging you are, Space Ninja. And you know who you're asking to do this, right? I'm pretty critical of the works I watch, so if you don't mind it. Well, I'll watch it for a second. We'll see if it's worth it. It's got about 60 seconds to a minute. 60 seconds to a minute. Oh, I'm so stupid. 60 seconds to 2 minutes to catch my attention. If it doesn't, I'll give you the reason why I don't think it catches my attention, and maybe we'll do it at some other time. That's what I'm going to say. You've agreed to this. Also, I have you recorded on here of you giving it to me and letting me see it. I do this before any of the fan films because I don't want to get hit with DMCAs. Because no matter what anybody says, someone who watches a movie or watches something and does commentary over it actually isn't changing it. Not according to the law, at least. Now, I mean, Nostalgia Critic, the way Nostalgia Critic does it, actually, I believe, is changing it. But someone's just watching it and commenting at the same time. No, that's not how that works. All right. Let's try it. Oh, what is it with people in copyrighted music? That's a cool intro, I'll give you that. Alright, we're 12 seconds in.
Discovered an ancient power. Discovered Captain B.
If I can give you just a little bit of criticism there. You have literally about 10 seconds to get someone's attention. And you didn't start till 25 seconds in. That's going to be a problem for you getting people to continue to watch your stuff.
Mission report, Captain Beardy. We have discovered an ancient power plant on New Romulus, located in an active volcano, and we have found evidence that it may have once been connected to an Iconian gateway. Now that we have cleared the Tholians out of the area, Datan, leader of the new Romulan Republic, would like to see this power station personally.
We also generally just stay in one space, in place in one space, because that's what you do in this game.
We are conducting one last sweep of the area before we signal Datan that it is safe to come down.
What are you doing? Oh, it's Star Trek Online music. That's what it is. They see me running. They hate me. Okay, yeah, no, you can't. I'm not going to listen to music. STO footage? It is STO footage, indeed. Okay. Why we So you did an intro, and then a minute 32, we still have more intros? I, too, liked the Klingon trailer.
Datan, it is now safe for you and your assistant to come down. I think you'll want to see this.
Datan.
I received your signal. Thank you for calling us down. I knew we could count on you.
Damn right.
Sir, I think I found some kind of log or recording.
Can you activate it?
I don't always wear a spacesuit, but when I do, I have, hi. How are you? I have bright lights inside all of it, so I can't see a thing.
I'm not sure. It has some iconography similar to artifacts found in the Isha Forest Cave.
Yeah, the pacing is off for a couple of reasons. First off, we had like an intro of the gods. We saw the login. We had the teaser, and then we had another intro. I would suggest getting rid of everything at the beginning and doing the teaser and then doing that intro if that's absolutely what you want. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of intros. I don't do them a lot in my videos. They were effective like during the 80s and 90s, maybe into the 2000s, when television was trying to get people's attention and things weren't serialized. You wanted to do a teaser, let them know what they're watching, and then go on. But now that we have serialization, we have Netflix, we have YouTube, I don't really find it effective. I think it's a relic of things that aren't necessary. You had two of them here, and that's not including the other stuff.
This symbol in particular looks...
I love how their lips never move. I think she broke it.
Is that...
An Iconian gateway? Yes, I believe it is.
He wants me to go to sleep. He's bugging the hell out of me, the cat. When did E.T. Alright, so I appreciated Space Ninja. Honestly, this is just basically watching Star Trek Online. I'm not sure where you want to go with it. What I would suggest doing is a couple of things. There's a few ways that I've seen people try to do what you're doing here. One of the most effective, if you have any friends or anything, I'd actually have them do the voiceovers, all the lines, and have them voice it. Even if you have the voiceovers from Star Trek Online itself, I'd also have more dialogue over it. I'm not completely sure how I would do it if I was going to put it on there, beyond just being sarcastic and doing breakdowns like what I do. This is basically like watching the Star Trek Online mission itself, and I guess I'd just play it if I was interested in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be like negative or anything like that. That's just tonight, just a thought. I'm a little tired. I'll rewatch it. I might come back and do a Let's Watch with it at some point. But those would be my suggestions when it comes to that. I don't know. Certifiably in Game did a couple of things where he actually had the people do the voiceovers for it. I talk a lot more in other vids. It just depends. I try to make them episodes. Okay, well, I'll take a look at some of the others, and if maybe we'll get a Let's Watch on it. But it does need more cheese. I'll agree with that. I think I am probably going to go to bed, though. Maybe. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, guys. I'm going to see you on the next Lore Reloaded Space Ninjas video, for those who are interested, though, because I did play it. Hold on. Go... If you refresh the page now, you'll also see his video if you guys want to check it out. And give his video a look. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Hold on. If you have any friends, I didn't mean it like that. Okay? I did not mean it like that. I meant if you had any friends that were willing to do it. Y'all make me sound like a jerk. I'm not a jerk. I'm a good person.